Hey guys, what's going on? Super here. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going over my round 3 review. I scored 1959, which wasn't the worst score. Probably stuffed up my captain option for the first time, which is no good. But we're sitting at season rank of 8,272, which is pretty good. Finally broken into the top 10k, so that's awesome. Now we just got to make a further push, hopefully, back to full 22. So that's awesome. But yeah, go over the side. Firstly, I had the VC on Butters, which was a bit annoying. I think he was having a really bad game. Like at the start, it was only on like 40 or something at half time. So that was a bit of a stitch up. Wasn't taking the 98 for me. So I just put the C on Bonds and Pally. I thought, against West Coast, he would have a good chance of going pretty well. But he only ended up having about 16 touches when I checked at the time. Was working during that game, so I didn't actually get to see what happened. So that's a bit of a stitch up. Probably have to have a look at that. But yeah, I think he might have been playing forward or something. I think he had a few goals. But 110 isn't the greatest captaincy score, but yeah, we'll take it anyway. But yeah, go over the side. Had Dacos's 112. Most people are thinking about trading him out this week because he's got the bye next week, I believe it is. Round 5 bye. So you could probably do that if you wanted to take a risk. If you're going to be chasing points and going for rank, I'd recommend it. But if you're going to be playing for leagues and you've got cash leagues, probably isn't worth it. But yeah, if you do want to try and win the 50k, it could be a fair shout because he's got 178 break even. Does versus Hawthorn this week, so we'll wait and see if McGuinness is named or not. If he is, maybe I'll trade him out, but if you're in a league, playing for league, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Probably isn't worth it, but in my structure, I don't think it's actually worth it for me to trade him out. Just depends on your current structure. But yeah, Sheasel's been great, 128. He'll be in 600k territory in no time, so that's awesome. Love to see that. He's got Brizzy next, so interesting matchup, which, can't wait to watch that one. And then, McGovern, he's been killing it. Love to see it. 120, he's just the absolute general down back now. He's just really fierce, loves to take the intercept marks, and, he's quite aggressive as a player, so, taking some big tackles and stuff, which is awesome to see. Love to have a player like that in his side. Would I get on him if you don't have him? Probably. If you're willing to take the risk on him, he's just got the injury concerns in the past, but he's been killing it this season, so why not take the risk on him? I reckon. He's in 3% of teams now, but yeah, still quite a pod. So I recommend McGovern. He just has the injury risk, but he looks pretty good. So I think it's worth it in a year where you have 40 trades. So I'd take the punt on him. I obviously have already, but I think for that price, he could be definitely a top 6 defender at the end of the year if he stays fit. But that's the big if question. D'Ambrosio wasn't the greatest, 68. Went to that game, so yeah, it was good to watch. Big Tom Hawkins, 350. But yeah, Ambrosio, I think he got about 16 touches or something like that. Didn't get much of it, but it was a bit of a sloppy game, with the rain situation. So 68's a pretty good score. I didn't think he was going to score that well against the Cats, but he scored all right. You'll take that. And then Williams, 70. He hasn't really been going higher than 70 yet, so keen to see if he's going to pump out a big one against Freo this week. But you'll definitely take a 70. And then Howes is a bit of an issue here, 26, which we don't really want to be fielding. So I've got a bit of an issue now down back where I've got a 26 on the field and no cover. So I'm probably going to have to lean towards trying to get a better option in defence. Or I could, because I think I could potentially get Sarong in this week if I wanted to, but I think I can't do that because I need to get, cover in defence, especially with the buys coming up as well. That's a must with Dacos. If I do hold on to Dacos, I won't have any cover for him, so it will be best 18 again. But I don't. Hopefully, Howes can bounce back. He's got a break even of 30. Like if he scores again, he won't even like that. He won't even get his break even. So that's a bit worrying. But I think he'll bounce back against Brizzy, hopefully. And then Bontempelli, 158 break even. You probably wouldn't want to bring him in just yet. But yeah, I didn't watch the game, so I'd need to have a look and see if he's actually playing through an injury or not. But yeah, I think he can tear it up against us this week in Adelaide. So yeah, he could go quite large. Could be a C option if you're willing to take the punt. Just have to wait and see the team sheet and stuff like that as well. And then Tom Green's going to be back this week, which will be nice against Saints. So hopefully he goes quite large against those guys. Which is possible. I think Winhager or whatever his name is banned. So the midfield is probably still depleted. So it could be a good VC option there. And then, yeah, Butters went over him. Got Freo this week. Wonder how he goes. Do I take a VC on him or a C? Probably not. But yeah, he could probably bounce back quite well. Steele was quite good as well. Surprised he actually scored quite well, like the best in my midfield. So that was a bit of a surprise. Still has a low break even. Do you bring him in at that price? If you already have like Sarong and Luke Ryan and everyone like that, then I'd bring him in. But if you don't have those guys, probably isn't worth it unless you want to have a value pick that could be a keeper at the end of the year. That's when you'd pick him in, like bring him into your side. Then James Jordan, he hasn't been the greatest. Like he was doing his job, making us money, but points aren't the greatest here. So does have West Coast this week, so that's something to consider. But I think I'm going to have to go early on him, and then he's got his bye the following week as well. So probably don't want to. I don't know. Like I'll definitely hold on to Grundy and like the other guys. It's just James Jordan hasn't been scoring the greatest, so I think he needs to get out of the side ASAP. And then we got McKercher. He's great. Just going to have to hang on to him until he's bye. Just get all the cash we can, or maybe get rid of him if he goes up to like 400k quickly. And then Reed hasn't been the greatest, but I think he's got potential to bounce back in West Coast midfield. So he's starting to score pretty average now. And then Sanders is really good, so that's awesome. I love watching him play, but I didn't get to watch him play this week, obviously, which was a stitch up. And then, Roberts is probably the last rookie that I'll get rid of because, we can flip him down back, hopefully, when he gets DPP status. So that'll be nice to cover for some of these other rookies that I need to get rid of, or even, don't really want to field Howes anymore, but I don't know, he might bounce back, so let's just hope. Then Wilson wasn't a pretty shocking score there, really. Pre-season, he was really good and had a couple decent games, but 25 is not great. So, I don't know, just probably a slow burn there. And Clark is looking pretty good now. So, still has a negative 39 break even. Dangerfield's going to be out for another 2 weeks. So, I think he's got another 2 weeks in the midfield. So, more time in the midfield anyway, so that'll be good. And then Gawn, 177, bloody amazing stuff. Didn't even think to put the VC on him. But yeah, credit to you guys if you did put the C or the VC on him. Played unreal. And then Grundy, look, he was alright. I was a bit concerned that Laddams was going to play on the extended bench, but then he didn't end up playing, so that was good. But yeah, they did lose that game, so hopefully they don't bring him in against West Coast. I doubt they would. But yeah, that's the only reason I'm still holding on to Grundy is just because he does have West Coast this week. I think he could, this is pretty much the game where you wait and see if he's actually going to be a keeper for the rest of the year or not. Against BJ Williams, see if he goes 150 plus or not. I think he could easily do that, but could be a option for a VC or C this week. Probably the VC. Definitely could VC him, but you'd probably rather do Heaney, 148. He's been just sensational no way he's getting out of the midfield now. He's going to go up heaps. Still got West Coast this week, which will be a piss take. So keen to see him play. I think the VC will be going on to him. And Jackson, I think he still has about another couple of weeks with... Let's have a look and see. Injury list, yeah, I think he still has about another 2 to 3 weeks as sole ruckman, so that's pretty exciting. When was that? 26th of March. So that was like last week, was it? Yeah, so it still has like another week or two, hopefully, so pretty good. Hopefully he can score quite well there against Carlton. Who have they got? De Koning, is it? Maybe they play Pitnet. I don't know. Haven't seen if he's injured or not, but could honestly be another guy if you want to take a risk on a captaincy. But it's pretty safe this week. I think you'd have to do one of the Swans blokes in Grundy or Heneey. But yeah, I think he could go quite large against Carlton's rucks if he does play well. But 98's not the worst score. And Fisher is another guy, 70. Don't know if I'll keep him. He's taking the most kick-ins, I believe, for North. Just have to have a look at that. But 70's not the greatest at that price. Probably another guy to get rid of. Well, he took the most this week, I guess, against Carlton. But I probably wouldn't be holding on to him for much longer. I've got worse issues like Billings on my field. And then, Powell with a 92 was great. So he could potentially be a keeper in the forward line. So that's awesome. And then Fife, 69. He's another guy could potentially chop as well. Just hasn't been the greatest, but you'd definitely be getting rid of Billings before Fife if you've got both of them. Even Fisher. I'd probably hold on to Fife for longer than Fisher as well. That'd be pretty obvious though. And Campbell only got 43, which is pretty average. Still has a negative break even there. So probably hold him until he's bye. See if I can flick him off by then. And then Cadman will come back this week against Gold Coast. Probably not going to field him though. Gold Coast seem to be pretty good. But I'll have to have a look and see the team sheets and see the matchups. If he's taller than most of the defenders or not. Could be a mismatch or something. I don't know if Gold Coast have the tall defenders or not. I'll have to double check that. Could be a little mismatch. And credit to I forgot your name, the guy from the last video in the comments who picked Harry Mackay. Hopefully you picked Harry Mackay because he's been killing it. I just wasn't really watching him that closely during the preseason. Not really. I don't really watch like most Carlton games, but he's gone up like 69k. So hopefully you picked him. Because I should have picked him as well. He's been going off, and he'll be up at like 500k in no time. But is he going to be a keeper? Probably not. But he could be if he keeps the scores up, definitely. But we'll go over the leagues as well. Just who do we verse? Harry Cheezel. I just got the dub over him, luckily. That was pretty lucky. Pretty close one there. Probably lucky to get that one done. Had a shocking captaincy score. Not too many. He had Nick Martin as well. And Houston, that's another guy might have to keep an eye out for, just to watch over the next couple of weeks. See if he drops in price. And Fish and Crips. It was actually Fish and Crips game as well, which was funny. So Sam, couldn't get the job done, unfortunately, against me. Poor bloke had Dawson. Probably have to get rid of him. He's just no good, eh? The disposal is shocking. Might be, a fair bit cheaper in the coming weeks, but probably wouldn't trade him in with Crouch tearing it up. So someone to look at for sure when he drops in price. But, he just really needs to clean up his efficiency. And then, what's going on here? Got to get rid of that shit. Oh, what the hell? All right. Yeah, who's on my watch list? Well, Powell will come back. He's another guy I'll just be looking at. If you want a pod, maybe grab him. Parfitt's been going all right, actually. Now that Danger's out, probably not going to stay in the side, though. He's been scoring quite good, though, to be fair. Has a negative 22 break even, so I'd probably honestly get him over like the other guys like Bramble, and I think there's another mid-pricer. But yeah, probably my Geelong bias there. He's been playing quite well, and I thought Holmes would be getting the CBAs, but he hasn't actually been getting the CBAs. It's been Parfitt, so even with Bose in the side as well. So Parfitt doesn't look too bad if you want to take a risk on a mid-pricer, but he's too expensive in my opinion. Jared Lyons, we'll have to wait for the team sheet to come out if we actually are going to pick him or not. I could potentially get him in if I wanted to, but don't think I'll do that. Naismith, might have to wait and see with the team sheets, but if he does get named, you'd bring him in like after he plays, before the cash rise. Sarong, yeah, definitely want to get Sarong. He's just too expensive though, I think, for me. I think I'd rather get Ryan because defender rookies aren't the greatest, so I think I need a bit more strength there. Dempsey is pretty good, but I think I'd prefer Sean Darcy over him if you don't already have him, just because he's going to go up a fair bit of cash, and he's got the the chance to play in the ruck as well, get some hit outs. So a few more scoring avenues than Dempsey, but Dempsey's been killing it. So yeah, if you want to pay up for him, not a bad shout, but I probably wouldn't do it. Tom Stewart, he's another guy I'll just be looking at. He's still quite expensive. I think you'd rather get the value in like a McGovern or a Whitfield or someone than Stewart at the moment. And then Flanders, definitely someone I am looking at off his bye. It's just, I'm not too sure how he's going to play against GWS. Might wait a week and then see how much he goes up and what he scores. Because, yeah, he does have a dream fixture coming up, like North, West Coast and Hawthorn. So could probably score well against Sydney as well. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he goes. So you could get on like a Matt Rowell or a Took Miller as well if you wanted to. You got to bring in Sean Darcy's like a must-have. Obviously, Tim English probably wouldn't be going early on him yet, just because Grundy's still around. So he's playing West Coast. So I wouldn't be trading Grundy to English this week. God no. Then Merritt, he's popped up as well. Been scoring really well. Another Uber premium. He's got a good fixture coming up around round 8, I reckon, or even round 7 if you wanted to get him in. So he's just another guy I'll be looking at, see if I can afford to get him in or not. But for my trades, I probably will get rid of James Jordan, get rid of him early, and then I'll get rid of... who was I going to get rid of? Probably Billings, but I'm still undecided if I want to get rid of Billings or Fisher. So I think I'll probably do something like this. I definitely need to get... so I think I was thinking about getting into Wrong. I think I can just afford him at this range. Just depends if I've done it right or not. So I'll probably go with Luke Ryan instead, just because he's like a McGovern type, like no one else has taken the kick-ins. Even Whitfield is in the same boat as well, so he's another guy I'll be looking at as well. You could go Whitfield if you want to save money here. I could probably do that. Go Whitfield instead. And then, so I'll swing Dacos into the midfield. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see with the team sheets, see if he's, McGuinness is named or not, because you could take a massive punt and get rid of him. It could be possible, but I'm already burning through enough trades, so I'm probably less likely to do that one, just because I've, going to use another boost now. So, because I'll have to get what's his name as well. I could just keep Dacos into the midfield here. Oh wait, I actually don't have enough cash here, do I? So I think I'm actually going to have to hold on to Billings this week, which will, I think, I might just hold him till he's bye, just have a wait and see with him. And that'll give me enough cash for Brown. So I'll grab Brown. He looks like he'll make a bit of cash for us. Oh, I'm too far up. Yeah, so O'Shane Mullen wasn't a bad pick either, I don't think. But I think Brown, you'd grab him. Mullen can be dropped as well because Tui's out. But I think O'Shane played quite well. When I was looking at the game yesterday, I thought he was quite good. Looks quite fit, taking big tackles. So yeah, pretty powerful player, but has the risk of getting dropped. So I probably wouldn't pick him. But yeah, this is probably like the trades I'll lean towards, unless I decide I want to get Sarong instead. But I think Luke Ryan, I think I'll pay up for a defender, because the defender's quite good as well. So he's got a high ceiling. Always tried not to get Ryan in, but I have to get him in now because I had the bloody vendetta against him in the past, where he was just I had him in the past and he wasn't great. And then hopefully I don't curse him, but see how we go. Hopefully he's got Carlton this week, and last time he played Carlton, 168. I think that's a no-brainer at this point. But you could also save money and get Whitfield if you want to free up your cash, so then you can get Flanders in next week, or if you want to get them both in now, you could do that as well. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So then I've got a bit more cash gen in defence. And then Dacos as well back into the midfield, which is right. I think he could go big, but yeah, it's just really dependent on the team sheets. The VC will go on Heaney for the moment, probably into Bont. So Dangerfield's still out. Probably Bont might get a tag though. He might actually get a tag if we actually do want to win the game. I think they might tag him, so get O'Connor on him or something like that. That could definitely happen. So could actually take the C off Bontempelli there. But yeah, who else would you put on? Maybe a Green. I don't know. Yeah, it's really just dependent on the team sheet so as well. Probably I don't know about Gawn. Could be an option. He's in unbelievable form, but got the 177 last week. So I just don't think. I think Rob is quite a good ruckman. So I think this is probably the one I'd do, the VC on Heaney into Bont or Green. Probably Green at this point. Could even do the VC or put the C on Ryan if you want to take a bigger risk. I think Green should bounce back. Go pretty well off his bye as well. And then what else? Is there anything else that I've missed that I haven't actually had a look at? The scores. So yeah, I'm looking at the team sheets this week. Wait and see with Lions if he's named. Could be a guy to bring in. Who is relevant here? Neil has actually been playing pretty good, so could still be a top 8 midfielder. Seems to be racking up the pill and the points as well. Darcy Cameron, don't know what happened there. Finlay McRae could be a bit cheaper if hopefully he just keeps getting sub, and then they eventually play him and I can get him in cheaper than his original price. But I will be probably steering clear from him for the moment. Don't think there was anyone else I was really looking at from those two teams. Then North Melbourne. So got most of the big dogs here. Another guy, So I think LDU was getting a bit of a tag. So LDU 67, he's a guy probably to keep on the watch list as well. Just see how much he drops in price. Might be able to bring him in. But yeah, got the main guys now like Powell and Sheasel. They won't be getting tagged, so they'll be good. Chera, interesting. Probably won't look that closely at him. Cripps is still there, and you've got Hewitt as well, and Sam Walsh will be coming back as well soon. So not really interested in any of these guys. It doesn't scream out that I want to pick them. Ryan is definitely a guy. Obviously, Young scored well, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Keane, that's an interesting. I think he'd be a bit of a pod. I don't really know much about him though, so 118 is pretty good from him though. Crouch is going well. I think you'd still pick Crouch over Laird and Dawson at the moment at this point in the season, just because of the value, but he's gone up a bit. Sarong, definitely want Sarong. Jordan Clark is actually another interesting pod there. He's been scoring great, so but yeah, I think as I said, I just want to get Luke Ryan in. He's just a goat, so but hopefully he plays good for me. And yeah, probably Burgess isn't too bad if you picked him from the start. He's been going up a shit ton now, I'd imagine. And yeah, Merritt and Nick Martin, yeah, of course he's gone well now. He was on track for a massive score. Had like about 30 touches at halftime or something. Lucky he only scored 136 at the end of the game there. Bonner's bounced back, so good job if you held on to him. But he's a bit of a risky pick. And yeah, I'll probably be adding like Sinclair to the watch list as well. I think he's nearly getting back into form now. So hopefully he can be cheap and bring his form from last year back. But just another wait. Rowan Marshall wasn't the greatest. I think I'm still leaning towards English if I'm going to be replacing Grundy at some point. Darcy Parish is another guy I'll be adding to my watch list, see if he clicks into gear or not. He had a good preseason, but had that injury complaint, so probably won't pick him. But it's just another guy to look out for. Same with Houston. Soldo would have been an interesting pick as well, but I wouldn't pick him. Petrarca and Oliver. I wouldn't get Oliver, but Petrarca hopefully can drop in price for us. Billings is no good. I think, what I've had to do is hold on to him this week. I think it is. I'll have to double check that. I can't remember. But yeah, English didn't even score as good as I would have expected against West Coast there. And so McGovern was, he's just been the top scorer for West Coast, against getting thumped every week. So he just gets all the kick-ins and, good intercept marks and stuff like that. McRae's another guy we'll add to the watch list. Hopefully he can drop a fair bit in price, but if he's going to be scoring like that, not worth bringing him in. Shea Bolton. I don't mind the pick. I'll probably wait until he's bye though. They do have West Coast coming up, so he could go pretty large there as well. So probably looking actually to get Bolton in after his bye. Which is close, so if I can afford that. But yeah, I've got a few targets on my radar. Obviously have like Sarong and Bolton, and then there's another guy that I'm missing, Flanders. So yeah, I've got a few blokes to try and get in that are pretty expensive there. So don't know, like Bolton's around 500k as well, so it's quite cheap. Obviously the value picks at the moment are like Whitfield and Flanders and all those guys. They're all quite cheap, underpriced. So, Warple got it 150. I didn't even realise. Probably not the most relevant scores here. Like Sicily played pretty decent, but then again he also got dropped by Ollie Henry. That was pretty funny. But yeah, not too many players that I'm going to be looking at from these teams. Holmes is another guy. I don't mind him, but looks like Parfitt's getting the CBAs. Not sure about Holmes's role, so I would steer clear from him if you're thinking about it. But yeah, so what I've had to hold on to Billings. Yeah, that's no good. But yeah, this is most likely what I'll go with, just because I want to. I do have an issue down back. I've got Reed there, and I had Gibbicus as well. And I can't be fielding House, so I think I've just got to fix up defence a little bit. There's a fair chance that Luke Ryan will be like a top 3 defender by the end of the year. But yeah, we'll have a look and see the round 4 matchup. Who have we got? It's not going to load, is it? No matchups. What? I've got Ryan. So interesting game here. Hopefully we can go quite large this week, go up the ranks hopefully. But yeah, that is my side, guys. Hopefully everyone goes well this week. And yeah, thanks so much for 450 subscribers as well, guys. So if you are enjoying the content, please make sure to like it and subscribe down below for more. But yeah, hopefully everyone goes great this week. Thanks so much for watching, and see you later.